All right, so we're doing another update on what we're doing with our garden. And so basically we got this box of potatoes that we planted a while back. A few of them are coming up doing all right. We've had lots of rain lately, which helped out lots. So anyways, we got like 3 rows. We're getting pretty close to the amount of time that like there's the max that they're expected to germinate. I think it's like 24 days or something like that. Anyways, we'll know whether they're going to come out or not in a few days. But right now it looks like that's probably all we're going to get. Some of the back there, some right there. So there's still some coming up, but anyways, going down here, we got this bed I built last year that was going to be like a flower bed, and we planted a bunch of our pickles and zucchini in here. And this is just a structure that I kind of made with a bunch of scrap wood that we had left over from other projects. So it's a bit of a Frankenstein kind of thing. But yeah, on the back here is zucchini around the corner. There's some dead leaves on there that I have to trim off. Been doing lots of garden work today. As you can see, there's lots of weeds in there too. We also have some wildflowers planted on the back that are getting overrun right now, but I'll trim that out. This bed here too is built around basically where we used to have maple trees and I think a couple of birch trees. We cut all of those down to make room for more beds. Back there too, we also have a few logs we inoculated with mushrooms. We inoculated them with lion's mane and the other one? Oyster mushrooms. We did that in what do you call it? Where you go and learn stuff. Ugly Barn Farm taught us that. And then we did a bunch with Sophia's father. Down here we got cucumbers. Some of them are pickling cucumbers, and some of them are green market or garden market.
Market more.
Market more. And then we got the rest of them that come along here. I got some more plants in here I got to trim back out of the way. We're trying to let the backyard be kind of wild and kind of tame at the same time, so it's a bit of a balancing act. As you can see, it's a bit overrun. And speaking of overrun, we have our perennial garden. We got garlic back here that you can kind of see. There's some grass in here. Some nice flowers too. So I mean, it's not all bad having the weeds in the back garden. We got some carrots we planted in here that had some success, but again with the weeds. Here we got some asparagus. Some of it's kind of about done being harvested, which is fine. I think you only get like 6 weeks out of it, something like that. We also have our chive, which we love there. We've been harvesting some purple flowers off of there. We've made some chive vinegar with that. We had some today on a salad actually. More chives, more asparagus. In here we got a little bit more garlic. Right here we have a roll of Brussels sprouts we just planted a little while ago. We have some beets we planted in here, and we also have some fertilizer now that we're going to try out. We had some recommendations from people on our comments, and that was really helpful. So anyways, we got some fish manure based fertilizer that we're going to use. We're going to try that out in here. These pots here, we got some tobacco that we planted. I think it's like Mayan tobacco or something like that. We got the seeds from Restless Ravens. In here we have some rutabaga that I think we'll have to thin out a little bit. Same with more of these beets we planted. Right here we have some, I can't remember the exact kind of pea, but they're like a snap pea or a snow pea. So they're gonna grow up here on this mesh. They turn around pretty quick. They're nice. You can plant something else in their place after. Something that's like a fall harvest. Anyways, we got more beans here. These beans that we originally got from Portugal, and we've been growing them for 3 years now, I guess. Be our 3rd time growing them. So they're kind of naturalized to our climate a little bit for 3 seasons. More garlic in the corner. we planted a while back that's kind of come back a few times. We're going to try harvesting it this year. And then in this bed here, we got a bunch of stuff that we planted from Northern Wildflowers, and it's from their new cut leaf products. And so the little green ones that you can see coming up here right now, mostly, those are a bunch of radishes. They're about 25 days after germination, so they're really quick. We planted those here because also on the ends, right there, and then right here, we have rows of melons. I'm gonna build a structure up over here, probably on the end too, because we're also gonna do some more beans over there. But anyways, this space up here is gonna be covered by these big melon plants, because I'm gonna try to grow them vertically, because otherwise I think they grow fairly big. They're like 6 feet apart. So anyways, we're gonna grow them vertically like that, and we're probably gonna plant more stuff in here after, because right now in here we have kale, and we also have spinach in here. And then, yeah, like I said, here we're gonna have more beans. These little pots right here, we have some ground cherries planted. We planted them fairly late. However, we do have the dome. We're gonna try to use those to basically grow them into the later part of the season and harvest them later on. So that's kind of that experiment. Some strawberry plants we had from last year from Sophia's parents. They've come back. They were too humid in the dome. They look a lot healthier now out here. And then in here we have some tomatoes we planted here. I believe these are our Bings. We got those also from Northern Wildflower, the cut leaf. We've got some more Bings in the ground here. Been watering them lots and fighting with bugs a little bit. I've been spraying a lot of neem oil lately, and now I noticed that I've been doing more regular spraying, like every 2 days. I have to spray them today. But I spray them regularly. I noticed that's been cutting down lots on the bugs. They're like these little sort of red bugs, and the leaves kind of curl down. They kind of go like this. Like you can see right here, actually. So if anyone sees this and knows what that is, put that in the comments. Peppers here that we put in earlier that aren't doing good, probably because of the bugs. We did do some fertilizer recently, and they haven't seemed to have taken to it yet. The tomatoes are doing good though. These tomatoes here, also Bings, doing good. This one here doing really strong. This one here I think might be Aroma though that we planted. Yeah, that's Aroma. That's probably too big to be a Bing. That one's, well, no, that one's that big too. This one's got more developed leaves, so it's more mature. So yeah, that's Aroma. We kind of succession planted our Aromas, so we did like, this is our 2nd generation Aromas. This is our 1st generation Aromas over here. We had more planted originally, but we lost them to frost a while back. That was in an earlier video. These Aromas here, we already have starting to produce fruit. Because we're fighting the bugs, we're having a noticeable loss in sort of the flowers that survive and start producing fruit. But anyways, like I said, we're getting on top of the bugs, and that seems to be doing better. And also in different places in the garden, I noticed that the infestation seemed to be worse. Like this plant, for whatever reason, never seems to get infested as bad as the other ones. And I don't know if it's because of where it's placed or whatever. But anyways, they're doing pretty good. They're kind of overshadowing a little guy we planted down here. And that's the other thing we've been trying to learn with the dome too, is adjusting to the way the sun kind of moves across our yard over the season, and how we can sort of strategically place the plants so that they all can thrive. Because we have some that are thriving really well and some that are sort of struggling a little bit more. Like for example, here our Swiss chard is doing great, and mostly the problem we have is we haven't been able to harvest enough of it and eat enough of it. So we're gonna have to harvest a bunch of this and maybe give some away to our friends or something like that, because we got lots and lots of that. We also got more Bings in the ground here. And we have a couple of little calendula flowers. We have a couple of little calendula flowers that we planted kind of in this bed here, and one over there, a few over here. And basically they're gonna grow a nice flower on them, and I guess they also have some sort of an oil they develop on the plant. and they help catch like pests and stuff like that, which we could use help with. So yeah, anyways, that's kind of an update. Oh yeah, also we got these little flowers we planted in pots up here. They're starting to come up. I can't remember which ones they are. But we got a few of those plants. And so yeah, that's what we got going on. Our lettuce too, which we had to thin out, which I knew was going to come eventually. So now that we got it thinned out, the plants will start getting a little bit healthier, and then yeah, we have tons of lettuce. Anyways, that's it. That's the update.